like, you could have had this.
Yeah.
And then the coach Dwayne Casey from Toronto, had pulled them over during the next time out and said, we can't do that. That's not how we operate here.
Both feeds are rolling. So Jerry says he's 10 minutes out. A little odd looking at myself and what I just did. So.
Yeah.
And Dos Equis cannot have product placement.
I can't believe I can't find this now.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Ole Miss.
Marshall Henderson.
Marshall Henderson.
Marshall Henderson.
Wow.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Really?
Really?
It's actually kind of surprising.
Wow.
Marshall Henderson?
Yeah.
Ole Miss? How many
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah, I mean, could just shoot the ball, could create. He's playing like, he's waiting for a call right now, and he's playing like rec league basketball, destroying people.
All right, guys. So we'll just get to recording here. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the East of the Bend podcast, our first live show. So sit back and enjoy. It's our Selection Sunday companion show. As you can see, a little disorganized at first, but what isn't on this show? So not an official live show, as you can see, but you're going to be able to get an inside look at us recording. We got 2 views, so you can watch whatever angle of us is least ugly. You can go ahead and watch that. Somebody remind me that we're not actually on the Selection Show channel at some point. So if we're watching like...
Hey, we're not on the selection.
Yeah,
show
right,
channel.
right. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get there now. But so you hope everybody enjoys it. We got one guy running late, Mr. Kaler, Mr. Jerry Kaler. So we will get started probably. Actually, we're gonna get started now with the recording. Whenever Jerry busts through the door, we're gonna go ahead and let him in here. It might make things even more entertaining. So. Go ahead and enjoy this show. I hope you guys all like it. And check us out, Facebook, Twitter, the whole bit. You'll hear me all say it here in just a few minutes anyway. So.
It's a great movie.
It's got T.I. in it. It's gotta be a good movie.
It's classic. Will Ferrell, what do you mean? He's the star of that movie.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get this thing rolling. Welcome in, everybody, to the East of the Bend podcast. As usual, I am your host, Greg Schaefer. So pumped to be with you guys. This is going to be a super casual show. It's going to be a good time. It's our Selection Sunday companion show. I've been talking about it for weeks here. It's going to be fun. We got the biggest panel I've ever had. We're down 1 right now, but it'll be a late substitution, crawling over the boards for a line change, Mr. Jerry Kaler. These guys have been in like a culminate. This should have been my 1-year anniversary show because these guys are all a culmination of everybody that's been on my show in the last year. So very gracious to have everybody on and break down the tournament. We're going to have some fun. If you don't know what a companion show is, it's kind of just us. You're going to sit around and watch us just kind of BS about the bracket, our picks, this and that. We do have our, we're Brooklyn at, baby. We're Brooklyn at.
We right here,
We're
baby.
right here. And we got our referee in here, NCAA official. This is Rickey Smith. Also Will Havanis. You can put a face with our new pretty much 3/4 time co-host when he can co-host. So a couple shout outs to get out of the way here. We are, as always, of course, East of the Bend podcast on the Dos Leprechauns Network. Jason Hendricks, got to talk about him here in just a little bit. Jason's doing some big things, trying to get into the Notre Dame fantasy camp. So we'll get to that here in just a few minutes. Also, you guys know, official podcast, Notre Dame Fan Club of Columbus. If you're a Notre Dame fan or just love college football, we do watch parties down at Dempsey's. You want to be part of the Notre Dame Fan Club group, get a hold of Mark or myself. We can get you added. Also give a shout out DJ Digital Input. We cross promote together. That is Mr. Kent Price at 740-973-0817. He'll do weddings, birthdays, maybe have a work orientation or a barn raising. Kent's up for anything. So bring him on out. He'll DJ for you, do a great job. And not just here in Ohio. He'll travel. Like I said on the last show, I cleared it by him. He's definitely down to travel. You get to pay a little bit, but good guy, and he'll get your party started and have a good time out there, whatever you got going on. Definitely want to mention Madmore Creations, Mr. Matt Lowe. He owns and produces a lot of hand-painted signs for like bars, decorations. He also has the Play Like a Champion Today license, which is extremely hard to get. So, check out his page, Madmore Creations. Matt's a good dude. Talked to him for like an hour last week. Extremely good guy. If you're not a Notre Dame fan, check out his stuff on the Facebook page. Again, Madmore Creations, and he'll, very impressive, a lot of Guinness type things. So very cool stuff there. If you don't want to build it yourself, I'm sure he could throw something together, whatever you like. So mentioned the Dos Leprechauns earlier, and Jason. So Jason's trying to fulfill a dream right now of heading out to Notre Dame Fantasy Camp. What Fantasy Camp is basically is like you go out there, you wear the pads for the day. I think it's a week, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check the Facebook page. I'm sure Jason's correcting me right now. But he also it's not cheap per se. It's not on the BOGO rack. So if you want to be a part of Notre Dame history, go to the Dos Leprechauns page, purchase one of the Heritage Fund certificates, which is marking your first Notre Dame game that you've been to. And it can show, I'm like, I got the paparazzi in here. So it can, a good portion of it goes to the Niemann-Pick Foundation, that's the devastating disease that, affected. Oh, there's Mr. Kaler in the house.
Hey, what's
Look at that. That's rocking too right there. He's got the Fighting Montezumas and the Buckeyes going.
Jared Sullinger, baby.
Hey.
But the Niemann-Pick disease is what affected
What up, brother?
Era's grandchildren. What they died from, and a large portion of the proceeds to the Heritage certificates do go to that, and then the other significantly smaller portion goes to Jason and getting to Fantasy Camp. So check that out. It's on the Dos Leprechauns page. I'm gonna get out of Jerry's way here. Jump on in there, man.
Yeah.
Might make it more entertaining.
Yeah. Remember the Brian Callen comment yesterday?
Yeah.
There you go.
He just comes out of the rafters.
There we go.
Awesome, man. So just check that out. Check out both pages. East of the Bend. We're on Twitter. We're on the Facebook. The Facebooky. And then on iTunes now, as well as I'm gonna get on Google Play at some point here. Feel free to just rip and tear.
That's cool.
So on iTunes, of course, SoundCloud is our main bag there as far as streaming stuff. So with all that being said, introduce this guy, Mr. Kaler. He's a 3-episode veteran, and Will, this is number 2. This is number 2 for Rickey. So all that said, let's get things started with just a quick interview with Rickey. We've got a limited time here since we're running a little bit behind. Rickey, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How long you been reffing?
Wow, started refereeing in about 2002, so it's been about 15, 16 years. Actually, I just finished my 15th season. Overall, been refereeing college basketball about 13 years, and I had a short stint, about 5 years at the Division I level.
Nice, man.
So, quick question: how does one go about getting into reffing?
Oh gosh. Well, I started refereeing because I used to play a little bit. And I realized shortly after coming to Columbus that I wasn't any good anymore, and I wanted to stay connected to the game. Yeah. So I had a local guy who refereed, and there's a camp you go to, similar to basketball camp. You go to a referee camp. You get evaluated by a bunch of veteran referees. Someone tells them that you're pretty decent. You're able to be, you can run. You're athletic. You have pretty good judgment, decent judgment. They like you. You move up, and you get into what they call the elite officiating organization here in the Midwest, and they have everything from Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, all of these colleges within those states, and you start working, you move up. Yeah.
Nice, man. All right, so you got a favorite game from this year? Anything sticks out? I know I watched the Ferris State Ashland game, which was it was incredible. Great game. One of the things I noticed in watching that, it's kind of 2-part here, and you explained it to me afterwards, was just how there's not that much difference in like the lower part of Division I and that in Division II. Like I was pretty impressed by some of the athletes that were out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think every Division II team in the country has Division I players, Division I talent. In fact, if you don't, you're not going to be any good. That being said, the best game I had this year probably was that game. Ashland was hosting Ferris State. Ferris State was the number 3 team in the country, and they were here in Ohio playing Ashland. It was televised locally here, and it was an overtime game. Ashland went up 3 with 1.9 to go. Fluke shot similar to the old Dookie, a Christian Laettner game, and Ferris tied it up with 1.9, went overtime, and the number 3 team prevailed.
Yeah.
So that probably was my best game of the year.
I was going to say, hands down, that's probably a good one that you told me to tune into. That was great. That was a great game, man.
That was fun.
So, kind of leading into, you said that was definitely your favorite game. And one of the things I noticed is, you ever make a call, or did any of your officials, co-officials, did they ever make a call that you're like, I don't know about that one?
Dude, that happens all the time.
All the time? Yeah.
I to them to me, we all look at each other, and we know when we screwed up. We I have a play from that game. There was a block charge play, and I called a block because I thought he was in a restricted area.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, he was outside of the restricted area. Unfortunately, we did not have a video, so they couldn't tell. So I made the call. I was 100% wrong, and they had no video like in Division I, and I kind of knew it. Yeah. One, I should have stayed out of I wasn't my primary. I should have stayed out of it. Let my partner referee that play from the outside to the basket. But I was kind of in the lead position, which is the it's the lead position. It's the position as you see on the baseline, and so it was my primary area in the paint, but it didn't start in my area. And I knew I was dead wrong when I blew the whistle, but you can't do a redo. You can't say, "Oh, my bad, I'm sorry." So I knew I was dead wrong that time, and
that was my next question. Was like, is there ever a time where you're like, "Ooh, my bad"? That was all the time.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. You can't say all the time. I'll get you fired.
It happens, and that's it. You get judged on your judgment.
Yeah.
Rules knowledge is assumed, and they pay you for your judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So your judgment's pretty terrible. You won't last long.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's long. How long did you?
So how does that explain Ted Valentine?
Whoa. I tell you, man, Ted was a short-time mentor of mine. In fact, when I first went to Division I camp at the University of Cincinnati, he was the evaluator.
Okay.
And he saw me referee. I worked in the consortium. Consortium consists of the Big Ten, the MAC, and the Summit League. Mm-hmm. And so I had 5 years of meeting with Ted Valentine and seeing him once a year, twice a year, doing the meetings and such. It's a real cocky dude. They call him TB Teddy for a reason.
Right.
But I tell you what, man, on that court, his judgment, unbelievable. Unbelievable judgment. He had that issue this year when he turned his back on a UNC player.
Yeah, that was my guy, though. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was terrible, but you don't do that. But he can get away with it. He's a seasoned vet. He's
kind of build up the equity in his career. Kind of does the talent outweigh the action, per se.
Yeah, his judgment. He rarely misses calls. Mm-hmm. He's one, because he's been doing it so long, the game slows down for him. And what we see, and it takes us, 3 or 4 times and through instant replay, he gets it right first time, usually.
How long's he been officiating?
Oh gosh, he's been doing it 20 plus 30 years.
He's been there forever. I mean, I remember seeing him way back when.
Yeah.
So very cool. Very cool, man. So tell me something. This is something I noticed, and maybe for some of the listeners at home and viewers this time around, the positioning of you guys. That's something I noticed when you go down the court and I never hardly watch the officials unless the moment of the call or you're reffing.
Sure.
And so I'm not one eye on the game and one eye on you running up and down, trying not to look like I'm a woman going up and down the court.
Yeah.
So tell me about the positioning of you guys. I noticed you're in different positions when you get down on one end and it goes down under. It looks like you to the other end of the floor. It looks like you guys rotate.
Yeah. Well, if you want to simplify it, the lead official is the official that's usually behind the backboard. That's called the inline. He's what they call the lead official for a reason. He dictates the rotation. So wherever the ball goes, the lead official rotates that side. So you go from the extended sideline to what they call close down, and then you go from close down and you rotate. So if you just look at the ball and the official underneath the basket, which is the lead official, he dictates the rotation. So you go from lead, trail, center, and wherever the ball is, it's like a pendulum.
Gotcha.
He'll initiate the rotation from the lead position.
Gotcha.
So he always wants to be ball side. So once the ball rotates and it's settled, the lead will rotate over here. And once he rotates, the center becomes the trail becomes the center. And then he rotate back, and this center becomes the trail, and this trail now becomes the center.
You guys practice that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm confused already.
Well, I'll
like,
tell you
let's go
what.
outside and run this right now.
To simplify it, watch the referee underneath the basket because he's going to determine where the ball is.
Gotcha.
And then he initiates the rotation.
Yeah. Do you lead official very often?
Well, it determines. No. It doesn't determine that. Well, we have 3 positions per game. It's the referee, the umpire 1, and the umpire 2. The referee does 2 things. He talks during the pregame, and he tosses the ball to start. So once the ball's tossed, no one knows who's the lead official is.
Gotcha.
The referee of that game.
Gotcha.
The lead, trail, and center is determined by the ball. So it doesn't have anything to do with the positions of the referee, U1, U2.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, definitely something I was curious about. Watching you, really paying attention to them. I guess it's something I noticed, but I was like, wonder what the rhyme or reason is.
Yeah.
There's got to be something there. I know there's something. So,
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Well, so that, as far as like official interview, man, like that's that kind of wraps it up for that. I know you're sweating your little brow. You can knock it off. No more sweat for you. If you want to hear a longer version of interview with Rickey, we did pretty much a full 40-minute Rickey Smith special, probably about a year ago.
About a year ago.
Yeah, about a year ago. So check that episode out. I think it was episode 5 or 6. Check that out if you want to hear more from Rickey. We're going to get into having some fun with this. A companion show, if I didn't explain it good enough earlier, it's just, listening to us, some casual people just like yourself, break down some basketball stuff. This is one of the best, in my opinion, like, even if you're not a basketball guy, this kind of brings everybody together, almost like the Super Bowl. If you think about it, like, everybody fills out a freaking bracket.
Sure.
Your mom's filling out a bracket. Your mom fills brackets out.
Yes, she does.
You know what I mean? So, just like
Actually, your mom's at my house right now doing that.
So that's what I mean. That's a companion show right there. So just kind of BSing, just having some fun with this, and just a real casual show. So like the Super Bowl always brings out like somebody ain't watched a game all year, and all of a sudden they're the football expert. So just one of them fun things that we can all kind of identify with. But one, a couple topics though to think about is like, do you guys think 68's too many teams?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
Never really thought about it.
Yeah, I think maybe 65 was better. I don't care.
64
or 64. Yeah, I don't care for the play-in games on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
It kind of throws everything off. You got to get your bracket in earlier and all this other stuff.
The only thing I disagree, like, it's fine, it's kind of whatever. The thing I disagree about that is like, or disagree with the 68 teams, is I don't like them throwing the 16 seeds into that.
Right.
Like, they're not even in the tournament. Like, if you're doing that, like, yeah, they're going to go get their head kicked in anyway, but why pit North Carolina Central against, like, Radford and Dayton on Tuesday? Let those kids...
Well, because that lets them have their one big game, their TV time.
Yeah, I guess it does, but you're not, in my opinion, if you're playing that play-in game, that's not in the tournament. I don't know. That's just kind of how I've always seen it. Let them, it's me personally, I'd rather go play Kansas, 1 seed, get my brains beat in, and be able to say, hey, I played at, I don't even know where they're playing some of these games at this year, but I was played at this awesome arena, played at a 1 seed. Hey, we were in the tournament. It wasn't like we were in Dayton on a Tuesday night, and Greg watched, but I talked to Jerry about it, and Jerry talked about college wrestling.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, this week is the NCAA tournament.
March Madness on the mat, baby.
Yep.
March Madness on the mat. I knew you'd get a plug in there. We got some March Madness on the ice, too. Freaking Notre Dame Big Ten Championship game this week.
Ohio State women's team, Frozen 4.
There, getting that plug in there. I like it. I like it. Let's see here. You guys think a 16 will ever beat a 1?
No.
I completely agree.
No.
They play the game for a reason, so I guess there's always a chance.
Sure.
But it's been close a couple times. But
no, I think those number 1 teams, talent-wise, are just so much better than 16s. They may stick around for the first 20 minutes, and they're drill and rush, and depending on where they're playing, and let's fight, but eventually
the team goes cold or whatever.
They'll fall.
No, I agree, man. It's just tough. It's easy to catch, like, you could see, and I think it's happened, like a Syracuse getting knocked off by, like, a Ball State, but it's like in November. It's whatever. These teams are usually pretty locked in, which actually, what do you guys think about the Big Ten playing their tournament so early?
I didn't like it.
I think that's a big disadvantage.
I didn't like it because I felt like the NCAA tournament should have started already. Because it's always been right at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, for sure. I completely agree, man. I completely agree.
It wasn't.
Plus, if you played,
No.
plus if you played in like Ohio State, like you lost in the first round of the tournament, you're essentially waiting 2 weeks to play.
Yeah.
That's a lot of rust. I mean, you can only practice so many times.
Yep.
Well, what about the other side of the coin? You know?
Yeah, but you're also guys are going to get rested.
The
and
guys that get rested,
yeah,
they get a chance. To,
I mean, it's
you know,
it's a there's pros and cons to everything.
sure, but in the NCAA, you don't have a lot of time for practice once the season starts.
Practice?
And so,
We're talking about
practice.
We're talking about practice.
I tell you what, man, I recently saw the Buckeyes here on Friday. They did an inter squad, and the guys are getting healthy. They're
That's
getting
good.
healthy.
That's good.
They're running up and down the court. They're looking sharp. They have ways to stay ready. So I think it didn't hurt. I don't think it hurt them per se, but for us, the viewers, we wanted to see the last game Sunday. Them resting and then that quick.
We're creatures of tradition
Sure.
too, and right now the Big Ten title game would just be getting over, and then we'd be getting into
Sure.
the selection show and the whole bit there. So, you guys have teams you just don't trust when you fill your brackets out.
Yes.
Any 5 seed that's playing a 12 seed.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
always the guarantee for an upset.
Yeah.
Always. 12 seeds always beating a 5 seed.
Anybody, like for me, like my ones right off the top of my head, I'll never pick Kansas again. I talked about that before the show started. I cannot do it. Virginia, honestly, even as good as Virginia's looking, I have I can't do it. I can't process picking Virginia to win a title based on how they've screwed me over the past few years. Another good one is they were always good out of the West Coast Conference is St. Mary's. I can't even pick them to win a game.
Yeah.
They always rack up 30 wins in the West Coast Conference, but when they come out and actually play, it's a wrap. They play these teams that are locked in, like we talked about, locked in for the tournament, and that's it.
Yeah, there's not one team that I would traditionally stay away from. But this year, traditionally, no. But this year, there's one team I do not trust at all. Arizona.
Really?
Do not trust them.
No?
I
Okay.
do not trust them.
They got the number one guy, number one overall.
Early out.
Early out, I like that.
Yeah.
You know who I like for an early out is Michigan.
Ooh.
I'm falling more on the side of the breaks hurting them. I think they're looking at Elite Eight had they've been playing right now. They were hot. This is all about getting hot at the right time.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then one of the teams I seen that they might be matched up with Bucknell, and Bucknell can freaking shoot the lights out.
Yeah. Whenever you have a senior laden team like Bucknell does,
Yeah.
you're always going to be in contention.
Yeah.
I don't care how small you are, you're always going to be in contention.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. Completely agree. Who's the best team you guys? Without even looking at the bracket, who you guys thinking this year? Just hair trigger, man. Just
Villanova.
Villanova. Yeah.
I like
Villanova.
that. I like that
Villanova.
too. Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. That's consensus.
And a team that you don't trust, Virginia.
Oh, not at all. They got great defense, but
That's what I said,
their
man.
offense is
Virginia.
sketchy.
Let me tell you
They want to play you 38-36 is what they want to do.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
The big fundamental, they do everything well.
Yeah.
It's not one thing that listen, they have everything you need. They have senior leadership.
3-point shooting.
They have 3-point shooting. They have great team defense. And they don't have anybody that you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Virginia, going to be scary. They're going to be hard out.
You think they're gonna be hard out?
Hard out.
Oh, I believe that.
Hard out.
I believe they're gonna be hard out, but I wouldn't pick them.
Final Four. Final Four, guys.
Is there any more fake
Maybe.
basketball school though? Like they're always trying to hang their hat. I was looking last night because I'm a complete degenerate. Is there any more fake? They try to pump themselves up as a basketball school, but they had like a 10-year stretch and didn't even make the tournament.
But what are they? Are they a football school?
They're nothing.
Virginia.
Shut it down. They're nothing.
Are they good at lacrosse? Is that what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point.
But they're
When
still
are
not.
we gonna do the lacrosse show?
They're not even elite at that. And
Oh,
if you want to do the
wow.
lacrosse show, I got lacrosse coaches.
See?
I
Yeah.
can bring them.
Ask Duke, ask North Carolina, and anyone else in the ACC about Virginia
Oh,
basketball.
I know, man. And you know
They'll
what
tell
though? You know, somebody compared them to yesterday was the Spurs.
I love it.
Do you get excited to watch the Spurs?
No.
I do
No.
because I love the
No.
Spurs.
But
They
But,
just, yeah,
but you
that's
know
sad.
what I mean, though. You know
but
what
they
I mean?
just win, baby.
They just
win.
win. And yeah, they got a couple guys shooting over 40% from behind the arc.
You know what?
The great
Ball
equalizer.
movement, and they get wide open shots.
Yeah.
Because of ball movement.
And Kyle Guy finally cut off his pigtail on the top, his samurai knob on the top of his head.
That's funny.
Oh, look at Bryant Gumbel. Here's Bryant Gumbel. Let's go.
That guy has not changed. Like his
No.
look, he's looked the same for the last 30 years.
No, he is not.
So as of this show, so for the recording portion of this, as of this show, I got the 4-letter network and I got CBS, last 4 in, last 4 out. As of this show, the 4-letter network, because we don't say their name, Florida State, SC, UCLA, and St. Bonaventure as the last 4 byes, so they wouldn't be playing in Dayton. Last 4 in would be Texas, Oklahoma, which blows my mind, St. Mary's, Arizona State. Then we got first 4 out, Louisville, my Irish, Baylor, Oklahoma State. And then the next 4 out is looking at Middle Tennessee, Syracuse, Marquette.
Did you say Columbus State?
Did you say Columbus State? Because
Did I say-
I heard
I
it
thought
too.
it was
I could've
Columbus State.
sworn.
I hope I did. I hope I did say Columbus
You did
State.
say Columbus State.
Oklahoma State. It's the Panthers, though, right? It's the Panthers, though, right?
No,
Or
Columbus.
is the Cougars?
Cowboys.
The Cougars. They're
Cougars.
Oklahoma
Cougars.
State.
Wait, Columbus State?
Columbus State.
Oh, the
Columbus
Cougars.
State.
Columbus State. Columbus State.
Yeah.
Oh. And ESPN's behind on us because they got Dayton or Davidson as the next 4 out, but Davidson just won today. They're an automatic qualifier. CBS, they got last 4 in: Butler, St. Mary's, Oklahoma, Syracuse, Marquette, SC, Louisville, Arizona State is first 4 out. I'll tell you what, I think Bobby Hurley's going to take a team to a Final Four at some point.
I sure hope not.
I do too, but
It's nothing about Bobby Hurley I like.
I don't either. I don't like Duke.
Nothing.
I don't
Really?
like Duke.
No, I haven't liked Bobby Hurley since.
I mean,
I haven't
it's
liked-
all right. You're looking at me like we want to
I
fight.
have. Let me tell you. He went to St. Anthony's High School
Uh-huh.
in Jersey.
Okay, okay, I
I'm
get it
from New
now.
York.
I get it now.
I remember that. I grew
Yeah.
up in his era. I didn't like him then.
Did he cross you up once?
You know what? I didn't have a chance to play against him, but he was really strong, simplistic. Just you got the job done.
Yeah.
But
And you hate that?
I hate it because at the time he was going up against one of my favorite players of all time,
Okay.
Kenny Anderson.
Oh, okay.
And Kenny Anderson destroyed him. They had I had great matchups, Georgia Tech back in the days with Duke. I just hated Bobby. Look, there's nothing about Duke that I like.
Yeah, you're a Kentucky fan, though, right?
You know what? That is, if I had to pick a team, that's my team. Because again, 1989, Jamal
Yeah.
Mashburn.
Why, man? Why?
Well, I'm a New York Knicks fan. In 1988, Rick Pitino coached the Knicks.
Right.
In 1989, Mr. Basketball in New York was Jamal Mashburn.
How many Italian
Right.
restaurants was he hanging out at
Listen,
after
come
hours?
on, man.
All of them? All of
Listen,
them?
in 1989, Jamal Mashburn won the Mr. Basketball in New York City. And he
Okay.
convinced Jamal Mashburn to go to Kentucky. The first year they were on probation. In the 91-92,
So he convinced Jamal Mashburn to go to Kentucky, or did the boosters convince Jamal Mashburn to go?
one of the
to
two.
go to
That's a
Kentucky?
good question. It might be
A
right.
combination of both.
Well, combination of both.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. So we got to do a little Notre Dame talk. 20-14. It's not looking good for us tonight, especially with Davidson pulling off, beating Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee, don't want to segue too much because I do want to talk a little Irish before the picks start coming. But yeah, Middle Tennessee, man, I think they could be an upset special in the field. They clipped Michigan State 2 years ago as a 15, so something to think about there. But I mean, I think the 14th loss is killing Notre Dame right now. If you're 21-13, I don't want to say it makes everything better, but Xavier, when they went on their Elite 8 run last year, they were 21-13 when they got in. 8-10 in the ACC, but the ACC, in my opinion, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, they're treated like the SEC is in football.
Yeah, I would say that.
But I almost think, again, please call me out, but I almost think the ACC in basketball is more deserving of that treatment than the SEC is in football.
I will agree with that because the SEC is garbage in football.
Absolutely. Yeah, from top to bottom. I mean, you have an elite team at the top, but
What?
oh no.
What? Did you just say that SEC is terrible in football?
Yes.
Okay, it's extremely top heavy, man. You have Alabama, Georgia, but Georgia's kind of a come lately.
They had one really good year.
Yeah.
Right. And then who's after that? Auburn every once in a while.
Every once in
LSU with Ed Orgeron and his dog Skipper or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know there's a reason why USC didn't give the job to Orgeron.
So here's my argument, and we'll make it real brief, right? I don't want to make it a football thing, but every team you just named from LSU, in the SEC, from Alabama to LSU to Florida to even Arkansas. They haven't won a national championship, but they beat the Big Ten team. They beat, in fact, Ohio State, the jersey you're wearing. All 4 of those teams in the SEC beat Ohio
Wait,
State.
when did Arkansas beat Ohio State?
Then they beat them like
No,
No, man, Sugar Bowl.
No.
Sugar Bowl, 2010, bro.
Ryan
You know
Mallett.
what? Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
Arkansas lost.
I'm not a football fan. Listen,
And that ends that argument.
and that is that argument.
Yeah, that ends that argument.
Damn Buckeyes.
Look,
I'm
Maybe I won't say they're garbage, but
Thank you.
They're not even close to what everybody thought they were years ago.
They're not the conference that everybody makes them out to be. Yes, it's
Not
an
anymore.
extremely strong conference.
Not anymore. Now
But
they were.
it's not the conference that
I think
everybody
they
makes
were
them
at one time.
Wait a minute, they
I
just
think
had-
10 years ago.
out to be.
for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They just had the national champion from that.
But no,
Conference the
but
last
you're looking at the national
5 or
champs. We're
6
talking
years.
about top to bottom. You got Vandy in there. Florida couldn't get a first. We are playing for Florida. We are Florida's offense. All 4 of us. They can't get a first down.
Right.
You're looking at Missouri, Kentucky football. Ricky, come on, baby, help me.
I got nothing.
Arkansas
nothing.
with Burt Bulimia.
Not anymore.
Not
Not
anymore.
anymore.
Well, I know that, but what
Oh,
we're
yeah.
talking about is previous SEC.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I mean, I think top to bottom, the ACC stacks up way better. I think they deserve that treatment, that preferable
I
treatment.
mean, A&M came from the Big 12 with Johnny football. Yeah, I mean they were good.
Dude, we gotta save this because this could be good. This
Yeah.
could be real good on a future show.
But
Like,
Kevin
let's-
Sumlin couldn't settle on a quarterback, even though he had the #1 quarterback recruit. 2 years in a row?
yeah, they both transferred. Too.
Yeah, and they both transferred out.
Oh, here we go. At-large bids.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one.
Oh,
Alabama.
Are you
With
serious?
Colin Sexton, yes.
Sexton,
19
yeah.
and, 19 and 14. Come on now. Oh, there's your boy Bobby Hurley.
That lets me know Alabama's in. That lets me know I'm looking forward to seeing Oklahoma. They're in.
Arkansas. Was there any more fall from grace than South Carolina? A Final Four and then barely went 500. Remember Frank
Yeah.
Martin was a darling. That's
Yep.
expected.
All right, so they're doing this in alphabetical order. I was curious how they were going to present them.
I thought it would be like a big long list that you could barely read.
Yeah,
that's what I wish
I
it was.
kind of did too.
Just so
Kinda
I could bag on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Bruce Pearl's proved himself as a coach.
Yeah, he has. Going from
Oh,
Tennessee
Ooh,
to
oh yeah, always tough.
Man, Big East is tough, dude. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Xavier fan. Clemson, that was expected.
How many teams are the ACC going to get?
If it's 10, we're in. I mean, seriously, if it's 10, we're in. If it's not 8 or 9, I think we're out.
I think the more
Notre Dame does not deserve to go in.
I don't know, man.
They do not.
But when you compare the bottom of the rung, like you look at if you look at these, like we didn't have time to really delve into it. If you look, oh Duke, oh my God, I'm so shocked. If you
Wow,
looked
really?
at the bottom rung and you compared them like blind resume, there's
Yeah.
not much difference. Honestly, you could take these teams and just be like, okay, pick them out of a hat.
Yeah.
Like, for that 14th loss is a killer. It is an absolute killer.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime I look at a team with 14 losses, to me that's out. Like, honestly, like, and you know, you guys look at the room. I do the East of the Bend podcast. Like, for me to say that takes a lot. But I mean, for me, you got to be out with 14. 14
Yeah.
losses is a lot.
I don't know. I think the more ACC teams that get in, the better it is for
The
Notre
ACC.
Dame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they'll start looking at it as like this was the strongest conference.
Yeah.
I like Oklahoma. I think they come
Yeah,
in.
you do.
I
Trey
think-
Young's your boy.
I think he's a talent, and we want to see talent.
I just don't think the Big 12 is like good this year.
When are they good?
I think Kansas is good, but they're playing 4 guards. Did you see that? They're playing 4 guards.
Yes.
Dude, they got hot.
All right,
Miami.
here we go. Miami. We're
Yeah.
getting close.
We are getting close. If I get naked on the first ever live show, you think they'll let me back on Facebook Live? I'm pumped. You know what, man? It's nostalgia with this group. This group of seniors, it sucks to see them go out like this. 2 back-to-back Elite Eights. They had a really good team last year, but got stopped by Press Virginia. And, probably deserved more last year. But like Bonzi and Farrell, I really wanted to see a better fate for them than the not invited tournament.
That's a team I wanna see in Missouri.
That might bode well for us. They were on the bubble.
I've got a man crush on Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
and I'm curious to see what he's gonna do.
The one game he played this year, I like.
2
Little
minutes,
rusty.
2 points. I mean, he scores a point a minute in
Yeah.
college basketball.
Well, he's a top 5 pick in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got everything you want.
Nevada, dude, that's one of the ones on my upset special. I like Nevada a lot. There's my dude Joel Berry. Let's go.
There he is.
Here it is, right here, because that's NOR.
Local product, Sterling Manley out of Pickerington, Ohio.
It's right here. This next pick
Mm-hmm.
says if Notre Dame's in or not.
Be a lot better with sound, but I don't need CBS's lawyers.
Unless
And commercial.
wait, unless North.
No.
Oh,
man.
They're out.
Oh,
Yeah. But you knew
That's
that, right?
brutal.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. I'd say we get a 1 seed in the NIT.
Here's my team
That doesn't
coming
matter.
up. Here's my team next.
Oklahoma gets in, I'm vomiting
They
right
should.
now. Oh, you
There we
gotta
go.
shit. You gotta
in.
come on, two in.
Go ahead.
Wow,
Here,
you
Here,
gotta
let me cover this up.
No, you gotta be shitting me.
No, we love stars, man. This guy.
Oh, what a joke.
What?
What? Providence,
Listen,
dude. They were
he
good.
led the league. He led the NCAA in points scored and assists.
Dude, 1 week of the season.
You know what the you know
That's
they
a
learned?
joke.
So my question is, I feel like Oklahoma made it in solely based off of y'all.
Sure.
Do you think if Bonzi was considered a lottery pick, Notre Dame would have made it in? If they had had the same record, but you have an elite player, would college basketball want to showcase him and put Notre Dame in because of that?
I don't know, because just think about 2 years ago, LSU, right? Ben Simmons,
Ben
who's
Simmons.
probably the rookie of the year, right?
Which that's a whole other
Wait,
topic.
That's a whole nother topic.
Oh,
Right?
Second year in the league. I know he didn't play. I know he didn't.
Well,
Right.
those are the rules.
Yeah.
But they left him out, and he's
Yeah.
become, the talent that he
Yeah,
is.
he's unbelievable.
He's a stud.
unbelievable.
He's a
Yeah.
star. Same thing with Trey. Bonzi's not that guy.
Oh, right. I don't
Yeah.
disagree with
Yeah.
that. I just wonder if he was closer to that. Maybe
Sure,
if he
sure.
was
Syracuse
top 10,
got in.
maybe.
Dude, we're basically the same record. Yeah, I'm still stewing over this. It is, dude. In my heart of hearts, I know a 14-loss team shouldn't be in. It's just nostalgia, man. I wanted to see a better fate for Farrell and Colson. Dude, how about Rick Barnes? I can't trust an SEC basketball team, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
What's the guy at the top? Kentucky.
Yeah.
yeah.
I can't even trust Kentucky.
Not this year.
Kentucky-
Traditionally,
Shaka
No,
Smart
no.
finally made a tournament. How about
Nice.
That's crazy.
that? Yeah.
that conference you guys said that was so bad, Big 12. Oh, did you say SEC? What was it?
Both.
Both.
Really?
In basketball, yeah.
Oh gosh.
How about some teams, dude, that are just total trash? It shouldn't be. Like a Pitt. Good lord. They didn't even. They went 0-20 in the ACC this year. Jamie Dixon didn't only leave the cupboard bare, he burnt the house down.
No, didn't they fire him?
No, he left for his alma mater.
Did he?
Yeah, he went. He's a TCU grad.
I could have swore my dad graduated from Pitt, and I could have swore he got fired or something like that.
Valtech, my family's happy. We're all from near Blacksburg. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, cousins went to Virginia Tech.
They don't bother me.
Nah.
They don't know what their mascot is, but
No.
what the hell's a Hokie?
That's a team that I'm curious about. West Virginia.
You know what? Matchups. We didn't talk about this. Depending upon your matchups, like that could get scary.
Yeah.
You know, for some, for going deep.
Mhm.
I'm interested to see what the region of death will be.
Yeah, that backcourt at West Virginia, man. I love it. I love it, and I love what Huggins is doing.
There we go. X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you.
I tell you what, man. I love them to death, but I think that they're gonna be. I honestly think they're the first one to lose. The first one
Xavier?
seed. I
Yeah.
think they're the first one seed to lose. I love them, dude.
It all depends on which region they fall.
Again, matchups. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? They have everything. They got
Yeah.
Trey and they got JP that are the seasoned vets. They're seniors. They got Paul Scruggs, the freshman, really good player. They got the big guy, but they got Enos Cantor. Or Enos Cantor's
His
brother.
brother.
Yeah, he's got a
Kareem
brother.
Cantor. Yeah. There you go. ACC got
Shout out to the
9.
Knicks.
I told you, if we'd have got 10, we were in. I
Yeah.
call for a recount right now. That's bullshit.
Wow.
I'm watching myself on
Yeah,
Facebook
cool.
Live right now, like swinging my arm around. That's good. It's weird to watch yourself on tape delay.
Yeah.
So we were having a discussion at work about Kwame Kilpatrick, and I don't know why I just mentioned Kwame Kilpatrick, but anyway, does anybody know who he is?
No.
He's
No.
the mayor of Detroit that went to prison.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody had talked about him and kind of compared him to Nelson Mandela. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, it made me. And kind of the analogy
Hey,
I
Brian
used.
Callen. What's up?
Exactly. Yeah, I told you, man. So then I was like, well, might as well compare AC Green to Bill Clinton.
Wow.
And then somebody threw out the joke. "Hey, what do AC Green and Bill Clinton have in common?
Yeah, I'm waiting.
They didn't have sex with that woman.
They never hit it.
Oh, that's
great.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
that's
a long
funny.
way to go to that little.
Yeah.
I was like,
Stretch.
man, Brian Callen's in the house.
Hey,
Hey, well, we got a
yeah.
commercial break, man. Let's do it. Let's real quick, and we gotta seal it because we gotta start writing brackets when they get back. But how about them Brownies moves, man?
Oh man, you know what?
I'll be the Brian Callen on this.
I
'cause
like it.
I wanted your opinion.
I like it. Kaiser got a raw deal last year.
Real quick, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to make this statement right now. It's going to give me another reason to hate the freaking Packers because he's going to go up there. He's going to mentor under Aaron Rodgers for 3 years, and he's going to be a legend.
But that hasn't worked for Brett Hundley.
I don't care. But it's going to for Kaiser because it's
Right.
going to be one of our
Right.
own ruining my pro team.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be beating the crap out of the Bears for the next 20 years.
Are you then saying Aaron Rodgers is only playing 3 more years?
Maybe. He's not as young as what you think.
He's 33.
30. Maybe.
Okay.
What's at 36? After 36, what's
Ben
up?
Roethlisberger?
Eli Manning.
Well, no. What I'm saying is for him, he's been a lot of ouchie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying,
I think more than 3 years.
more than 3 years.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna.
I think he might have 3 years left in Green Bay.
I think you're gonna
Maybe.
start seeing
He
the
retires
elite
from
quarterbacks go until close to 40 years old.
Yeah, they're not getting hit as much. They're
No.
learning. That's one thing Peyton taught them: just fall down.
Yeah. So your question is, I love what the Browns done. Right. I think what they did was they automatically got better. They cut the ties with the bums. Kaiser. I think he's gonna be. I'm sorry, Notre Dame guy, but I didn't like him.
I didn't.
They got the wrong. Deshaun
I love
last year.
Kaiser because he represented the university well, and he did his thing. But I've talked about it before. I've never seen such a big, strong quarterback that his release point's so low he skips the ball. We talked about this at work once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did.
They got the wrong Deshaun. You got to go get Watson.
Right.
Right.
Well,
That's
that
another
was
story.
on Sushi. I mean,
Yeah.
Sushi didn't do his job, and
But they got better this year, right?
they did.
got a corner.
They did
right?
get better
Yeah, they got a corner.
because they went out and got players instead of
receiver.
stockpiling draft
So,
picks for
does
the
it
next
change
30
anything?
years.
My issue, the only question that I have, because I'm a diehard Giants fan,
Mhm.
does it change anything? Should they get a quarterback at number 1?
Yes, because Tyrod Taylor is just a bridge.
Yes.
That's all he is.
Exactly.
But should they get a quarterback at number 1? But do I think any of these quarterbacks deserve to be the number 1 pick? No, I don't.
Yeah, but can you afford, if you're the Browns, to have a Carson Wentz go by you? Can have
No,
a
you
Deshaun-
can't. You can't afford to have another Carson Wentz, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson.
Exactly.
I'm still not a believer in golf.
Why?
I just maybe
It's real.
I'm too tied to him in college, man. And
Get
just-
over it. It's real.
I guess I'm gonna have to get over it.
Get over it. It's real.
All right, we're back. We're back. We'll use that for my commercial for the next live show. We're gonna do another companion show for the first round of the draft. That'll be a good time for sure. And I do have a line now, so you guys can call in if you don't want to come out. But I'd love to just hang out and cuddle afterwards. So if you guys
You
want,
know I'm down for that.
always.
Yeah.
Your mom's down to cuddle.
Yeah. Your mom calls with my mom.
Oh, this has been so much better if you'd have seen the last fight companion. Did you watch the last one? Where they started it blazing, right? And
No.
Like, 30 seconds into the show, like he's like, Eddie Bravo, do you want some weed? I was like, wasn't
Is that
it?
the one you sent me?
Yeah, that's the one I
Alright,
sent you.
that was
that's
fun.
hilarious.
All I'm saying is just look into it.
Just look into it. That's all I'm saying. Well, Ricky's never seen one either. And that's the one I sent him last night.
Yeah.
When he got here, I was like, he's like, so is this what's going on today?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you know, somebody made this video on YouTube.
Same
Just
thing.
watch it.
Just look
Yeah,
into
it's
it.
got engineers and chemists and,
Yeah.
and circus clowns and
I'm just saying to look into it.
yeah.
Look at that. We were the first 4 out.
Yeah.
You know what though? I don't want to be that guy right now, but I'd almost rather be in the NIT than go down to Dayton Tuesday night and get beat.
Mm.
Honestly, if I could watch Bonzi and Farrell for 3 or 4 more games as opposed to getting shelled in Dayton
Mm.
on Tuesday, I'd take that. Just me personally.
Yeah. Well.
I guess I'm going to get that opportunity.
Yeah.
All right.
Boy,
There's the first 4. UCLA St. Bonaventure. Arizona State Syracuse. That's like who doesn't want to be in this tournament. And Ricky's guy, Bobby Hurley.
yeah. I'm not a big fan.
There's your 1 seeds.
Here's your one. Oh, yeah.
I trust Villanova as well, guys. Like for sure.
I think Villanova, out of those top 4, or those 4 1 seeds, I think Villanova.
How about Jay Wright,
Villanova's
man?
the
What a
one to get
coach,
to the
dude.
Yeah.
top
Jay Wright's a
top 4.
stud.
Yes.
And good looking too. He's like Justin Timberlake.
Ah.
He just does nothing wrong. So perfectly coiffed.
No comment.
You weren't here for this. Will was here for the Super Bowl, and we were like, "What does Justin Timberlake do wrong? Like, it's so frustrating."
He got Jessica Biel right.
So
God, he got right on that one.
here we go, top left. Everybody gets to just watch us now like we're taking a test.
Sweet.
For everybody that doesn't know, that the reason we're doing this is because it is actually really hard to find a completed bracket after a show. We got Creighton, K-State. I'm just writing it enough so I can tell what it is.
Kentucky.
There's your boys. Davidson
Ooh.
just won the A-10, man. There it is,
I
Arizona.
like it.
Whatever happened to that whole Sean Miller thing? Just kind of.
Nothing.
You know what though? There's so much smoke behind that and there nothing being there that I'm almost starting to believe it. And it's not just because what I said on the last show about knowing somebody that knows him and speaks very highly of him. Like,
Right.
why would they let him coach? Like, why would you take that chance? Because this isn't just a NCAA violation anymore. This is like federal tax evasion kind of
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I thought I heard on the radio, somebody said that he's got it in his contract that if he's released or fired, that they have to pay him more money.
Oh wow, he's working that right then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Fighting Wright State. How about that? Just down the road.
Here they go.
Not so live, I don't think.
Right.
Like, yeah, we did it. All right.
We're gonna tell them in a 20-minute delay.
I always love it, the ones that won their conference too. Like, hey, I'm picking that. I like that as an upset. I like Nevada over Shaka. So, oh, yeah, 19 and 14. There's the 14 losses right there. So they didn't value.
You like
ACC.
Nevada over?
Yeah, I do, man. Should be some good
That wouldn't be
debate. Hey,
wouldn't
there's that
be
other
upset.
school that's down in Cincinnati. How about that? I've heard of them.
They literally just almost lost.
They're gonna be out quick.
Yeah.
$30 and 4 though, man. That 30 mark. That's a mark to get if you want to be ranked high though.
Yeah, but they beat Houston by 1 point.
Oh, so Xavier had one of the most epic tweets ever towards Cincinnati. So Xavier's played a lot of close games this year. But Cincinnati tweeted to Xavier University, said, "How about you guys try winning a game by more than like 2 points or something to that degree?" And Xavier posted the box score to Xavier in Cincinnati, and Xavier beat Cincinnati by like 15. I was like, mic drop. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing to say to that.
There we go, commercial.
Oh, we're getting right into it.
Hey, you forgot to put East region.
Well, no,
West region.
Google forgot to put the East region, so we're top
Top
right.
right.
Yep, top right.
Here we go.
Villanova.
How about LIU Brooklyn? What do you know about them, Ricky?
Not much.
We're Brooklyn at
Charles
baby.
Jones, downtown Brooklyn. Charles Jones, best player coming out.
Like, how do you get?
Square Mall.
How do you? If they better not do a big old celebration. Okay, that's perfect. All right, yeah. High five. All right. Bummer.
Ooh.
That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah.
Yep. These 8-9 matchups are always great.
Always pick the 9.
Look at that, 15 losses. Yeah, I'm still bitter.
Colin Sexton.
15 losses in the
He's a
SEC.
star. He's a star.
That just tells me that what they're valuing, though. Don't you agree? They're valuing those stars.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
You would be. You'd be okay with that just to argue with me.
Absolutely.
We're fighting Herd. How about
Ooh.
that?
Coached by D'Antoni.
Is that D'Antoni?
This is his brother.
His brother. Well, that's what I mean. His
Mhm.
brother. I knew his brother coached, but I couldn't
Mhm.
remember. I think that's their first tourney appearance in like 35 years, man. That's
Wow.
good for them, though.
Yeah.
I like St. Bonaventure getting out of there.
What?
Beating UCLA and beating Florida.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
In my like the instant reaction to seeing that, I do, man. They play fast.
Not enough talent.
Yeah.
Stephen F. Austin had one of the most
Austin.
They had one of the most lopsided records I'd ever seen in a tournament. They were like 35-2 a couple years ago, but got bounced in the first round because they didn't play anybody.
Right.
Perdon,
Mm.
the toilet makers. Who did anybody watch that one? Because I didn't even know Cal State Fullerton was in it.
It doesn't matter. They're going to be out
Yeah, first round.
first day.
That's the one that's going to happen. That's going to be your upset just because you had to make the point right there. I don't have an in me, man. I don't have the cojones to pick one of them Hampton, Iowa States and throw it down on Bovada, throw a hundo down. More power to the people that do, though.
Yeah.
I can't.
I can't do it either.
The only people who do it are alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the guy smoking crack.
Hey, man, I promise I will pay you back. I know I didn't pay you back the last time.
Yeah.
If I could get like $100, I'm getting a job next week. And I promise.
What do we have there? What is that?
Purdue.
Purdue.
Yeah.
The Boilers.
You think Robert Marv's going to play point guard? in his 8th year of eligibility in college?
No kidding.
Yeah, you know what? Give it to Robert, though. Like, he was tough. If not,
Yeah.
I mean, playing on 2 torn ACLs. Well, who's there last
So
time you
can
heard
we
do that?
can we really call it the Kevin Hogan plan? Maybe it's the Robert Marv plan.
Maybe it is the Robert Marv playing, because I feel like I was still in grade school
Yeah.
when that dude was playing.
Or even Brock Berlin. Remember Brock Berlin?
Yeah, I do remember Brock Berlin.
That guy was around forever. I'm sorry, guys. I don't watch a whole lot of college basketball, so I have to try to turn it back to college football. 'Cause, yeah.
Who was the guy? Was it Luke Ridnour? Is that his name?
Yeah, what about him?
Was it? Didn't he play like 15 years in college basketball for like 7 different teams?
I think that was him in the NBA. He didn't have a. He was a journeyman in the NBA.
Yeah.
Luke,
Yeah.
I think Luke played at somewhere in the Pac-12, something like that, right? Oregon or something crazy like
I
that.
thought he played Arizona.
Arizona.
Okay.
Was it
That was
Arizona?
Arizona,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm thinking of somebody different who finished his career in Iowa.
How about Greg Paulus that finished his career as a quarterback for
As a
Syracuse?
quarterback,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Then he was with the Buckeyes, right? He was,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I thought.
Where is he now? Is he back?
Oh, I think he's down in Louisville.
Is it Louisville?
Yeah, I think he's an assistant.
Sicko? Goodwill?
Hmm.
I think
He's coaching.
because he was
He's at the Sitco.
he was
Sicko.
I think he was like an assistant under Thad, like a grad assistant or
Yes.
something. And then when Chris Holtman got hired, I think he went to Louisville to coach under the guy who's down there.
Mm.
Hmm.
Because now we got Greg Oden.
Oh, that's right. You guys do have Odin. Has he blown a knee out yet?
That's bad.
It is sad, though. I mean, all that
But you know what though?
talent, man.
What better guy to work with Caleb Wesson than Greg Oden though?
No, man, I agree. I completely agree.
I felt bad for Odin because he started finally figuring the NBA game out, and then it
Yeah.
just ended.
That's what happens when you make the NBA at 70.
He does. He looks every bit of it too. I was a farm tech and out working in Pickering down there,
Yeah.
and he came in, and everybody was like, "Oh, that's Greg Oden," and yeah, he looks every bit of like 97 years
Yeah.
old.
He's very old looking.
He's on that LeBron James playing.
Oh yeah.
LeBron's looked the same since he got in the league.
Yeah.
He's just got a little bigger, a little more stout.
I want to let his hair go. Just let it go.
Yeah.
It's
Every time I see him, that's all
Just
I
let
look
it
at.
go.
No way, man. 'Cause
Right around
if he
his-
shaves it, that's going to be one more thing that they're going to compare him to Jordan on.
Oh,
Yeah, that is true.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's no comparison.
Where is LeBron going, in your opinion?
Ooh,
I think it's down to
Philadelphia.
either Philadelphia or he stays with the Cavs.
I think he's staying.
Yeah.
I do. My lean
think
towards
he's
he's
staying.
staying.
I think he's staying too. I think it's leaning that way now.
Nah, he's gone.
I think he's staying.
He's gone. He has
How
nothing
about
to do.
this? How about this? And here's the caveat. Now, the only reason I thought about this was just because his comments about him in college, and it stems from Davidson making the tournament today. What about he goes to Golden State?
No, they don't. They don't
No.
want
Think
him.
so?
They don't want
All
him.
right, I'm just throwing it out there
Golden State don't want him.
because he loves Steph Curry. Remember, he wanted
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Heat to draft Steph Curry.
Yeah, they wouldn't take him.
We got a listener question. Who's our who do we think will emerge as this year's Cinderella? Anybody stick out?
Can you call Butler a Cinderella anymore?
I mean, as a 10 seed, in the way they played this year, yeah.
Well, and then let's define Cinderella.
Yeah.
What seed do they have to be?
That's
In your opinion, in my opinion,
8 or below.
you're a
Yeah.
double digit. I think you're a Cinderella.
Yeah.
No, but, ooh, okay, so 10. Okay.
And did you ever lose the Cinderella? Here we got some more matchups.
Midwest Region.
You know what I mean? Like, do you ever lose the
Where are we?
Cinderella? You ever like win so
Bottom
much
right.
as a program? Like Syracuse could never be a Cinderella. They could be bad for 10 years
Right.
and get in as an 11 at some point. Maybe so. Like, let's say till 2030 they're bad. In 2031 and they're a 10 seed, they're still not a Cinderella in my opinion.
Yeah. I think right there you got Kansas versus Penn. I think if you ever have an opportunity for a 16 seed to beat a 1 seed,
Ivy League plays good
Yes.
basketball.
That's
man.
Yeah, they do.
No.
that's it.
They play solid fundamental basketball.
He's not saying it'll happen, Ricky.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know,
think it'll
but
ever happen.
I'm a little
but-
upset because I was hoping to see my guy, Seth Towns, at Harvard, local guy. I was hoping they beat Penn.
That's my other thing too. Is like you look at them right there. If you're at a major program, or
That's one right there, real quick. Charleston Southern. Or College of Charleston. I'm sorry, not Charleston Southern. College of Charleston, man. They got a senior laden team playing one of those SEC schools.
I'll take that right there. Arizona State or Syracuse
Over TCU.
over TCU.
Again, you can't be a Cinderella from there, though. Man, so somebody's playing ringer. Oh, man. I don't know, though.
You guys might as well not even show up.
Mhm. How about Rhode Island? Could Rhode Island be a Cinderella, even though they're a 7?
No.
It's still Rhode Island.
No.
No? Okay.
Nah, they had what's his name? Kim Kardashian.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar
Lamar
Odom.
Odom.
Yeah.
Queens
Yeah.
finest, New York's finest. He's
Back
from
in the
Queens.
day.
Yes.
Setting up a Marvin Bagley versus Trey Young.
There's a new Kardashian in the NBA. His name is Tristan Thompson.
Is that the one that was married to OJ's kid? Or was with OJ's kid?
He's still with her, and she's pregnant with his kid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Chloe. That's OJ's
Yeah,
kid. I don't care what
oh,
he
that
does.
was-
And you notice
I'm
he,
thinking like that. Yeah.
and you notice he messes up his ankle when we start winning again.
Yeah.
Larry Nance is averaging what 17 points a game and 13 rebounds.
Larry Nance needs to start. Period.
Yep.
Point. Period. Point.
Yep.
Blank.
And then Dante Zizic needs to come in after him, and then Tristan Thompson just doesn't need to play
And
at
when
all.
Kevin Love comes back, what do you guys do?
He goes
Then-
to the 4.
Yeah, he goes to the 4,
Okay.
leave Nance to the 5.
Uh-huh.
Larry Nance at the 5.
Oh, absolutely.
He's playing the 5 now.
How's that working out?
It's working out well.
They're winning.
Yeah, they're
Are they
winning.
500 since they've been there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and him and LeBron together.
Yeah, they've been
the
like
highest
I said, man.
player
He's
rating.
Are they 500?
No,
I
they're
think
above
they're-
that.
They're above 500 since
Are
since
they?
that
Is
trade.
that right?
There we go. X gonna give it to you.
Okay.
It's not even worth writing. I already messed up that side anyway.
Yeah. Missouri. That's
Ooh, that's a tough matchup for your boy.
who I like.
Could they be a Cinderella from the 8?
I can't say yes because they're an 8 seed, and I don't think an 8 seed.
That's a
is-
potential rematch.
2012.
Oh, here's your Buckeyes. Well, the 4-letter network got something right. They put them as a 5. I'll say they cheated off CBS. SDSU. That game's Friday. That Xavier game's Friday. Hopefully we can catch that at Classics. Not that
Yeah.
it matters. I mean, not as a 116.
So they're going to Boise. Ohio State's going to Boise, not San Diego.
It's good. I would have liked to have seen UNC Charlotte in the tournament. The Fighting Mark Prices.
I love Mark Price, man. Mark Price was my guy. Everybody else had Michael Jordan growing up. I had Reggie Miller and Mark Price on my wall. There's your boys.
Heck yeah.
The Fighting Sherry Kaylors.
Yeah. My niece is going there now.
Is everybody the fighting to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Mighty Warriors of Montezuma Mesa.
So does Montana oust Michigan for
No,
you, Greg?
Nah, I don't. I think
They're too strong.
I don't see that one. Had they got Bucknell, for sure, yeah, I would have picked Bucknell. But no, I don't see that one.
I think based off of that, they go to Sweet 16. Michigan goes to Sweet 16 easily.
That's favorable though. Look at that, man. That's real favorable matchups.
Yeah.
Providence, man. That could be a tough out for the 2 seed, whoever the 2 seed. That's got to be North Carolina.
And then the last two.
Yep.
Fake Class U.
Fake Class University, which, like I said on the last show, doesn't look so bad anymore after
No.
Baylor and Michigan State
Nope.
and
No.
Penn State and Lipscomb. Who even knew that was a school?
Yeah.
Isn't Lipscomb in New York?
Ricky.
No, I don't think
Rachel.
so. No, I don't think so.
Not New York City.
Yeah, the state.
know the
I
state
don't,
is
yeah, I
big.
don't know. Where's Lipscomb?
I have no clue.
Yeah.
I think I saw it on that movie Road Trip once. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of
Road
something
Trip.
else.
So can we all agree just go ahead and move the 2s and the 1s? What do you guys think?
I don't know, man. I think if there's a 2 that gets upset, I think it's Cincinnati.
How about the 1s? You think go ahead and move the 1s?
Yes.
All right, let's
Yeah.
move the 1s. We're coming up with this collectively. This is going to be the east of the Bend.
Tennessee. Lipscomb's in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Did you just Google that?
I did.
Ah,
Put that on us in New York, man. That's bad.
so are you really trying to convince us? Because we're on, I mean, as much as it is pains me to pick that other school in southwestern Ohio, you really trying to convince me to pick Georgia State over them?
I literally just watched the Cincinnati play Houston, and nothing about Cincinnati made me believe that they were a 2 seed, especially considering what Houston's a 6 seed, and they beat Houston by 1 point.
They're playing Georgia State, man.
And
I'll ride with you in the next round, but Georgia State, I think Mick Cronin can get them together enough to beat Georgia State.
Hmm.
What do you guys think? You think Cincy?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Overruled.
You have Georgia State?
No. We picked that
I'm
other school
sorry.
in Southwest Ohio.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So Purdue, Duke, UNC, you guys think moving on?
yeah,
Yeah. All right, let's get into it then. Creighton and Kansas State. What do you got?
Kansas State.
I'll go Creighton.
I always take the 9. I go Kansas State.
Yeah.
How about you, Jerry? You're the tiebreaker, or you're gonna put us into debate here.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we'll go K-State. I'm overruled. Kentucky and Davidson. I like
Kentucky.
to take Kentucky.
Unless what's his name's going back to Davidson?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
Yeah.
happening. You'll watch.
Arizona and Bobby Hurley.
Arizona.
All right. Oh, that's a great second round matchup. Kentucky and Arizona.
Yes.
Miami moving on against Loyola. Any disagreements there?
No.
All right. How about Tennessee and Wright State
Tennessee.
Yeah.
and Nevada and Texas? I'm riding with Nevada, man.
Got Texas.
What
Depressed.
say you middle two?
I'm going Texas.
Gotta go Texas.
All right, I guess
Shaka's smart, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I
He
wouldn't
knows what
count
he's doing.
I wouldn't count.
That is a really good point. Shaka Smart getting into the tournament, despite the
Shaka's
fact they were
smart.
19 and 15.
Yeah.
That's actually really smart. That's
just
a nice
missed that,
pick.
didn't
He's a good
Shaka's
tournament. He's a good
smart.
tournament
Hey,
coach.
you pull me over at least for now.
You still just missed it.
What?
Shaka's smart.
I got you. I got
Cheesy,
you. I'm
but
right.
come on, help me out, man.
I'm trying to run some halfway show here, trying to put together a rational thought. So let's just go down the line here. Missouri and Florida State.
Missouri.
Sure.
All day. Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. Okay, you got that one game out. I got the bugs out. Made it into the tournament. I'm interested to see what he can do now. Because his draft stock's on the line. If they go on a run, Final Four run, he's the number 1 pick overall.
He's a top 5 pick right now.
For sure.
If they go on a run to the Final Four because of him,
Yep.
he's number 1 overall.
100%, man.
Who, Michael?
Yeah.
No, number 1?
If they go on a run to the Final Four
If they go
because
on a
of
run
him.
because of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like if he comes out,
People are prisoners of the moment, man.
If he comes out if he comes out and he's scoring 30 points a game,
Dude, there's no way he's coming up. There's no way he's number 1. If they win a national championship, he's not number 1.
Oh, I don't know about that. Because of him, if he's averaging 20 points through this term,
they're an 8 seed because he wasn't there, and if they win a national title, he's number 1 pick.
He's a top 3 player.
Who's number 1?
is it Ayton from
from Arizona and Bagley, number 2.
I will say Bagley's good. I just say teams are prisoners of the moment.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm not saying what they should do. I'm saying where these teams' minds are. You've seen it.
Yeah, Bagley and Ayton, 1 and 2. Potter's 3.
Let's do. Let's see. South Dakota State, Ohio State. I like Ohio State to get 1. I think they get 1.
Yeah.
And then Gonzaga, UNC Greensboro. I like Gonzaga. Same.
Yep.
Feel free to chime in at any point in time. It sets up a rematch in the second round, though.
Yep.
Houston and Mighty Montezuma.
San Diego State.
I'm going San Diego State.
I agree
too.
Yep.
Fisher may be gone, but that team still plays well.
I'm taking Michigan over Montana.
Sure.
Yeah.
Again, had they played anybody any stronger, I take. But I know nothing about Montana. I think there's probably a good reason for that. It's A&M and Providence.
Got Providence.
I got Providence as well. That Big East is strong, man. And Providence damn near won the Big East last night. We'll move over to top right, East region. We already moved on to Villanova. Let's Vatek and Bama.
Oh, I'm taking Bama. I think that Sexton is something.
Yep. He'll get 1 game.
Yeah, he'll get 1 really good game.
I like. I'm not a big fan of him in particular. I'm actually indifferent, but I like their coach. Avery Johnson's a good coach, man.
Oh my God, is that the Spurs thing coming out?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I didn't say I was a fan of him.
You're a fan of the Spurs.
I am a fan of the Spurs. I
And
like him
Avery
as a
Johnson.
coach. I think he's a good coach. I think he pulls recruits down there. What's Bama basketball? Come on now.
They're nothing without Colin Sexton.
Agreed.
Nothing
That's
without
the only
Agreed.
reason- that's the only
But
reason
you
they
can't
won
tell
the
me
game.
that an NBA coach doesn't increase his recruiting. Like an NBA player.
He hasn't.
I'm sorry.
I
He hasn't.
I don't disagree with that. I think an NBA coach who was successful in the NBA, player coach
Yeah.
in the NBA, pulls recruits 1 year, maybe 2, and then recruits start seeing that if he's not sending guys top in lottery picks, they're not going to go there.
I agree. I think it just. I'm not saying that they're getting the top guys. My point is I think it helps tremendously at a school like Bama.
I mean, isn't Larry
Sure.
Kristokiak
Sure.
the head
Sure.
coach in Utah?
Yeah, I
He
think.
played in the NBA. That's not really working for them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm thinking of schools that have these big, giant football programs, but their basketball is like,
okay.
oh, they
yeah, that makes sense.
they have basketball. They
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I like Avery, but I don't know how great of a coach he is.
So we're all going Bama on this one.
Yep.
West Virginia. I like West Virginia over Murray State. Even though
Oh,
Murray
yeah.
State's tough, man. They're tough out, it seems like, in the tournament. But
West Virginia's tough. That defense.
the Huggy Bear, baby.
Yep.
The Huggy Bear. Wichita State and Marshall. Marshall was lucky. I mean, they stole an at-large bid. They wouldn't even have been in the tournament had they not won their tournament. I like Greg Marshall, too. I'll take Wichita State. We good with that?
Yeah.
Florida, and then either the winner of St. Bonaventure and UCLA. Well, first off, I guess St. Bonaventure and UCLA. What are you guys thinking? I like the Bonnies personally, but
Over Florida?
over
Over UCLA.
over UCLA. That's the play-in game.
Oh, okay.
But I'm down to ride with any kind of argument.
I'll take St. Bonnie too.
Okay.
At least to beat UCLA.
Okay. And then we thinking you guys on board with Florida then the next round.
Yeah.
All right. Stephen F. Austin, Texas Tech. I like Texas Tech. You know,
Texas
Jerry
Tech.
still thinks the coach of Texas Tech is Bobby Knight's son.
Yep. I told you I don't watch a lot of this.
Arkansas and Butler. We taking Butler.
Going Butler.
All day.
Yep. Moving down, Kansas, we've already moved on. Seton Hall and NC State. Oh, man, that's a tough matchup.
Wait, is PJ at Seton Hall?
No.
That's good.
Yes. Go NC State.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what's that kid's name? Angel Delgado? Is that his name? Oh, that's gonna drive me crazy.
If you like it, I love it.
You know what? We're not even moving on until I look this up because this kid is a stud at point guard. I know you like your point guards.
Yes.
Yeah, Angel Delgado, man. Keep an eye out for him. Really good player out of the Big East. He could definitely be an X factor, but I think NC State's probably got the stronger overall team, so I'll ride with you there. How about we got Clemson and New Mexico State. I like Clemson. Here was one of the upsets we talked about, and potentially, or I talked about it because that's all I do is talk on here. Will can't get a word in at all. I just won't shut up. Auburn and Charleston.
Auburn.
Bruce Pearl. Got the all-Tiger matchup in round 2. So we got a play-in game here. We got Arizona State and Syracuse.
Syracuse. Love the zone.
Yeah. Man, that would be what a fall from grace, man. Arizona State and your boy,
Yeah.
Bobby Hurley. I mean, because they were like the darlings. They were like undefeated. I think they're the last undefeated team. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they started strong, but early is a lot of non-conference games.
Yeah.
Some low-end schools.
So we'll take Syracuse. So then we got Syracuse and TCU.
I'm going Syracuse.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm going Syracuse.
Michigan State, Bucknell. I think Michigan State. And then Rhode Island and Oklahoma. It's probably the best team out of the A-10.
Oklahoma.
I will give Oklahoma one game.
One game.
Oklahoma.
So we don't really have many upsets in round 1. You know they're going to happen, but
That means we need to throw this out.
that means we just. That's how these brackets work, though. If you get too many, you go through and you're like, I have too much chalk. It's like trash can, another one, or you can outthink it too. Usually, when I fill one out, when I do one later tonight to enter into our pool, I'm gonna do it and I'm not even gonna look at it. The one I submit, because if you can start to overthink this stuff to death. All right, so we're moving back up top left corner of the bracket. Virginia, Kansas State. I like Virginia.
Virginia.
Yep. Kentucky, Arizona. That's a beautiful round 2 game.
Arizona.
I'm going Kentucky.
Oh.
Kentucky, you asked that question earlier. What's the one team that you don't trust? I don't ever trust Kentucky.
I want to say Arizona.
I'm saying Arizona.
I think Arizona. Yeah, I'm the underdog in this one, but you guys will be calling me later. Wow, what did you see?
Make sure you move Arizona on your bracket,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So because we're doing this joint 3-1 Arizona. Overruled.
Got you.
Miami and Tennessee. I like Tennessee. I like what Rick Barnes is doing down there. Even though Miami did get hot toward the end of the year. What do you guys think?
I'll take Tennessee.
Yeah, I'll take UT.
And then we got Texas and that other school in Ohio.
I'm gonna take Texas.
I believe in Texas.
Let's do it. Come on, Shaka. Let's hope Shaka's smart.
He is smart.
I like it. Xavier and Missouri. You know where?
Missouri.
No way. You know where my head's at.
I know it. Missouri's going to, I'm telling you, they're going to upset him.
Yes, he's
you
in
got?
my corner. I got
Missouri.
Missouri. I got Missouri.
No,
All
man,
right.
I can't. I think they got him. It's an SEC basketball team. You're talking about one player. This is a whole team.
Tiebreaker.
Xavier.
All I'm gonna say is Shabazz Napier.
Yes.
Kemba Walker.
Yes.
Yeah, but they
One
played.
player.
They played
teams
an
that-
entire. They played an entire season.
He's a talent. He's a top 3 talent.
Yeah, but this team's got an entire group of talented guys.
It's Xavier, man.
It is Xavier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
gonna take
trust him.
Xavier.
What's that?
I'm gonna take Xavier.
50-50.
A 50-50. Somebody's
Coin
got to
toss.
give on this
Coin
one. It
toss.
ain't gonna be this one.
It's not gonna be me.
I'm not giving.
All right, you know what? All
Coin
right,
toss.
we'll take Xavier on this side. We'll make one different, and we'll help you pick your next round as well. We'll make them next. I'm going to move both of them on. I'm moving both of them on my bracket. I can't do it. All right, home state, Buckeyes rematch Gonzaga.
I got
I'm
the
taking
Zags.
the Bucks.
I'm taking Gonzaga.
I got the
unfortunately.
Zags.
As much as I want to take the Bucks,
Zags.
I just can't.
So for the record, that is the most split we could possibly be right there.
I can't do it.
I know you can. I tell you what, though, if you look at that scenario, what you have, if Ohio State does beat Gonzaga, there's no way, in my opinion, that I think Ohio State's a better team than Missouri. Ohio State could be looking at an Elite Eight this season. San Diego State and Michigan.
Aztecs.
Michigan.
I don't care.
I gotta go Michigan.
I think if Michigan gets one, they get two. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What do you mean,
You
what am
can't
I
take
doing?
You can't take Michigan.
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I see the jersey you're wearing.
He's
But
like,
come on.
He's
This
like,
is basketball.
I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
I
care.
get it.
so
Dude,
we
my niece went to SDSU. My wife went to SDSU. I can't go against the Aztecs, man.
I can't go.
I almost went.
You know what? Then with that kind of logic, I picked Notre Dame to win this whole tournament right now.
Yeah, I don't care.
Providence and UNC. I think Providence can give UNC a game, but I think my guy Joel Berry and Theo Pinson, dude. Pinson cannot score a point and still be the best player on the floor. That dude is so scrappy.
I like them.
Moving top right back to the east, we got Nova and Bama. I like
Nova.
Nova. There's no way that they get two. That Bama gets two. Press Virginia, Wichita State.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yep.
Somebody's burning the couch.
Is Ron Baker still playing at Wichita State?
Mm.
He's been there like 14 years.
No, he's injured reserve with the Knicks.
That's why I brought it up. We got Florida and Texas Tech. I like Texas Tech, man. Number 2 in the Big 12 this year. Texas Tech looked nice.
Florida.
Yeah, I gotta go Florida just off the name recognition.
Just what you got, Jerry? You got Florida.
I don't know who's Florida's best win.
I mean, we can get into that if you really want to. If you want to make this look intelligent, like we can put together that rational thought I was talking about.
Who's the coach down there?
Who is their coach now?
Really?
I have no clue. I mean, last I heard it was Billy Donovan, but then again, he brought up that I still thought
Well, that's
Pat Knight was
exactly who
coaching
it
it.
is.
Billy Donovan's in Oklahoma
He's
City.
in
bro.
Oklahoma
He's in
City.
Oklahoma
Thunder.
City.
He's
No,
coaching
not Billy Donovan.
Okay, I was
Billy
gonna say-
Kid.
Paul George.
What's my guy's name?
I was like, if Billy Donovan brings his team, I'm just whatever team they call themselves, it's a national champion.
Yep, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Florida's finished number 23 this year, third place team in the SEC. Let's see, they lost to Duke, they lost to Florida State, they lost to Loyola early in the year, they lost to Tennessee, they lost to Arkansas in the SEC tournament.
I'm taking Tech.
Are you still rolling with Tech?
Who's Tech's biggest win?
Oh my God! I need my Jamie. Hey Jamie, look that up.
Yeah.
Did they beat?
Hey, put it on the big screen, Jamie.
Jamie, put it on the big screen.
Joakim Noah's still playing, right?
For Florida?
Yeah, he's there with Al Horford
Oh, shit.
and Corey
Corey
Brewer.
Brewer.
This is exactly why this podcast hasn't made it off the ground yet. We're doing a selection Sunday show that was done 10 years ago.
That's right.
All right,
He released him from the Knicks. Oh, Joakim.
24-9, number 2 in the Big 12. They got a loss to Seton Hall. They did beat Nevada, who's in the tournament. They beat KU earlier this year.
Wait a minute.
Chalk Jayhawk.
Wasn't Oliver Miller at Seton Hall? Was he?
Arkansas.
Arkansas. That's right.
Yes. Nolan
They did
Richardson.
have a 4-game losing streak. They lost to Press Virginia in the Big 12 tournament. They've actually lost to West Virginia twice. They beat TCU. They beat Texas. They beat Oklahoma by 10.
Yeah, I'll take Tech.
Are we still split on this?
I'll take Tech.
All right. We got Butler, Purdue. I like Purdue. I like Butler to win that first round, but
Gordon Gee hates Butler.
we all rolling with Purdue.
Yes.
All right. We got Kansas, NC State.
Kansas.
Kansas. As much as I don't trust them, they got shifty eyes. Clemson and Auburn. This would be a nice matchup. Clemson's kind of on the up and up, which without my guy Jaron Blossom game actually. I thought he was going to be something. I even texted you, and then his first NBA preseason game, he went 0 for 10 with two points on free throws. So I admit when I'm wrong.
I got Auburn.
I like Auburn.
I do too. I think Bruce Pearl's a hell of a coach.
Yeah, he is.
There's no NCAA violation he doesn't like, but he's a hell of a coach. Syracuse, Michigan State.
State.
Yep. That's a strong team, man. Even when Notre Dame's at full strength this year, ranked top 10 in the country, they blew our doors off over there at Izzo land. And we got Oklahoma and Duke. Can I get you off the Trae Young bandwagon? Can I please pull you off now?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Against Duke, yes.
All right. Dude, Bagley's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Bagley's something else.
They're just complete. Duke is just too tough.
Yeah.
I was watching that Duke UNC game the other night, and that wasn't that far off of a pro game. Those guys are on both sides of the ball.
Oh, sure.
And honestly, like on the eye test alone, I kind of surprised me UNC won. I think Duke's actually the better team, and somehow UNC's won two of the 3 matchups this year. I do like how they kept them away from each other. It's kind of interesting to me. Sometimes I'm surprised that they're not a region above. Everybody loves. I mean, everybody says they like the underdog. In all actuality, I mean, the ratings show that if the underdogs start winning, they dip by the Sweet 16. Like, if Loyola Marimont's playing in the Sweet 16, nobody's watching. Everybody loves the underdog next weekend, but
Sure.
by the next weekend, nobody really cares. So it's kind of surprising they didn't try to get something where UNC and Duke could play each other again. All right, we're back top left. Virginia and Arizona. Oh, man.
I'm taking Arizona.
I would take Arizona on that.
I think I'm taking Arizona, too.
Well, I got them gone already, but Virginia, you guys don't trust Virginia, do you?
No.
No.
Jeez.
I said that at the beginning of the show.
What
Were
don't
you
you like
the one that
about
was late?
What? No. What don't you like about Virginia?
Because every time I pick them to do anything, they bounce. I told you that, man.
But Zona is top heavy.
I don't
right?
disagree that this team is great. Don't get me wrong. I think this is a great
So
basketball.
are we gonna move Zona over Virginia because you don't like or trust?
I am,
Cavaliers?
because this is how people make picks. Haven't you seen the commercial where the guy's throwing pins against the ceiling, or the one that sticks is who he's picking?
I just make a note that I firmly disagree.
All right.
Just make a note,
All right.
okay? That I firmly disagree.
We're
You
moving
guys-
Arizona on 3-1 there.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, I'm making a conscious referee decision. Sometimes I'm wrong. Not every time though. I heard that somewhere. I was
Yeah,
here for the
you're right
show.
about that.
I was here. Tennessee and Texas. I like Barnes, man. There's a reason that Shaka lost 15 games this year in the Big 12. I can't get over that. Me personally, I'm just saying. That's where my head's at.
Is that because your team lost 14 games?
It
And they're
is.
not
It
in?
is. No.
I don't know though. Shaka's a good tournament coach.
He is a
Yeah,
good
he
tournament
is.
coach, but this isn't VCU.
No, it's not. It should.
It
On paper, it should be a better
Good
team.
Lord, it should be. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys can definitely overrule me on this one, but
I like Texas.
I like Texas.
All right, we're moving Texas on. Boy, that's a unique Elite Eight, Texas and Zona. All right, so we're gonna double this. We're gonna double down on this one. So the first matchup is Missouri and Gonzaga.
I like the Zags.
Yeah, I do too.
I like the Zags, and honestly, I like the Zags in the alternative matchup, Xavier and Gonzaga. Other two, feel free to chime in as well.
I like the Zags.
Either way,
Mhm.
like let's just hypothetically say.
Oh, yeah.
That Xavier does win. Do you think? Because I wrote both of them down because it was such a disagreement, and me who owns an X Gonna Give It To You shirt is not going to get off that bandwagon. But I think Gonzaga moves on. And then we got the Michigan UNC. My guy Joel Berry. I think UNC.
Tar Heels.
Yep. Back to the East, we got Nova, Press Virginia. I still like Nova.
I do too.
Love 'em.
Texas Tech, Purdue. This interests me greatly.
I don't like Purdue getting to the Elite Eight.
No, I don't.
There's just something about them. I just don't feel like they're.
They have a senior big, right?
Yeah.
Plays inside, can shoot the three, strong, solid guard play. I like Purdue.
I just feel like when Purdue goes cold, they go ice cold.
Mm-hmm. I think this. I agree with everything you're saying. I think this matchup, I like Purdue against Texas Tech, if that makes sense. If they had a Nova, even if they had West Virginia, I would say West Virginia or a Clemson or an Auburn. But Texas Tech, I don't see it over Purdue.
I'll give it to you guys because I don't know enough about Texas Tech.
I watch too much Big 12 basketball, so. What are you saying, Jerry?
I go Tech.
You go Tech?
Yeah, I don't trust Purdue.
You know what? I'll take Tech then. So we're going Texas Tech in this one.
Make a note.
Kansas and Auburn. I'm taking Kansas.
Yes.
No, I don't trust them. But you know what? This team's a little different in the sense, like we talked about earlier, that we like our guard. We like in the NCAA. I think this is like first conversation of the day. We like in the NCAA guard-laden teams, and this is a different team. This isn't like your Andrew Wiggins type player. This is a little bit smaller of a team. But Bill Self, man, it's tough. His one championship, he shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
He's had the more talented of his teams are the ones that that did win. Michigan State and Duke. That's a hell of a freaking Sweet 16 game.
Well, I saw that game early in the season, and I absolutely love Izzo. Duke is tough with Bagley. I like Ward and Bagley going at it, but I'm going to pick Michigan State.
I think I agree
In
with
the
that.
upset.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Michigan State then. All right, we got our Elite Eight set. Back to if you're filling it out at home, back to your top left of your bracket. I don't know what region this is because I only wrote down one region.
The West.
Oh, it's the West.
If you're filling out a bracket, don't listen to anything that I've said
At
all.
The angry sounding grumbly guy, don't listen to that one.
Yeah, don't listen.
And if you're watching, it's the only one in the jersey, which is phenomenal, by the way.
I would say after our first picks, do the exact opposite of what we said.
Even like University of Maryland, Baltimore County against Virginia, you should probably just pick UMBC.
Yeah.
That's how bad this is going to be. I like Arizona over Texas here. I think this is where, if Texas does make it this far,
Yeah, I'd agree with that one.
I mean, DeAndre Ayton's something else, and I still go back to 15 losses if anybody's keeping track. How many losses Texas has.
That's about
Keep in mind, I chose Virginia. So what are we doing now?
Keep in mind the referee may have better judgment.
Yes. So we have Zona going past those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And we got Gonzaga and North Carolina. I'm taking North Carolina. And not being biased toward my guy Joel Berry, it's just, it's a very veteran team. Luke May, Penson, Seventh Woods, that's a good team. And this isn't the Gonzaga with the big lumberjack.
Yeah, you went 2 starters and you came off the bench with Seventh Woods.
What's that?
You went 2 starters, right?
I went Luke May, Theo Penson,
And then you
Joel
said
Berry.
Seventh Woods.
Joel Berry's always up here anyway for me. Like,
Seventh Woods was great as an 8th grader.
well, that's great. He's better than I was in 8th grade. His 8th grade him was better than me at any point in time in basketball. So we got UNC, Arizona in the Final Four. So we got Nova and Texas Tech. Nova for me.
Yeah.
And in Kansas, man, Michigan State. That's a hell of a road to toe.
I can't take Kansas anymore.
I can't either. Look at that road, though. I mean, Bucknell, would we all agree that Bucknell's probably one of the better mid-majors? Yeah, sure. You just agree with me just because.
Yes.
Michigan, then they got Syracuse, then they got Duke. That's kind of the group of death right there, if we had to pick one. I mean, you got Trae Young, if you're a believer in that team. You got Duke, you got Michigan State. Auburn's in there, Clemson, Kansas, Seton Hall, and NC State are nice. Angel Delgado, I'm telling you, watch Seton Hall and Angel Delgado. That kid's a stud. But I'm taking Michigan State. As I said at the beginning of the show, I can't trust Kansas. We all taking Michigan State, or
Yep. I'll go with whatever.
I like Kansas.
just make a note.
Make a note.
Make a note.
Make a note. We're taking Michigan
All right,
State.
our Final Four set, East of the Bend, Final Four set. We got Arizona, UNC, Nova, Michigan State. Another listener question here is how far do we think Ohio State? I mean, I think they have a chance to go relatively far. I could see Ohio State, before we get into our Final Four picks, I think Ohio State, if they can get past Gonzaga, I like them in the Elite Eight, to be honest with you. I'm saying if they get past Gonzaga. You're
Yeah.
shaking your head over there.
Yeah, I don't trust Ohio State at all.
I
I don't either.
It's going to be a
'cause
stretch the first game.
The
South
game plan,
Dakota
the game plan
game.
lately
So,
seems to be feed the ball to Diop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we got Arizona or North Carolina. Winner goes to the national championship. Man, it's hard to go back to back. As much as I like UNC, the depth, and of course Joel Berry, I got to go Arizona here. Wouldn't that be something to get that ripped away? I mean,
So Virginia's out, right?
yeah. Welcome to the show, Rickey Smith.
Yeah.
It's great to have you in on the East of the Bend podcast.
I do believe in the Cavaliers this year. Not the Cleveland Cavaliers, but the Virginia Cavaliers. And so, in that case, we're going to go with
Arizona.
Zona?
I'm taking Zona.
Wow.
What say you, middle two?
I'm gonna take Zona.
Yeah, I'll take Zona.
We got Nova and Michigan State. I know the Izzo factor exists, but I'm going back to my point earlier. Dude, that is a hell of a track. Look at that track for Michigan State. But I'm taking Nova.
I'm taking Nova.
So we got a Nova Arizona National Championship.
Yeah.
I'll take Nova.
I take Nova.
Yeah.
So our pick's going to be Nova, but I want to hear the in-depth analysis that's going to occur at the end of the table down there.
I love Villanova. No,
Yes,
I love
welcome.
Villanova. No, yeah, I love Villanova. I'm still stuck on this. I love Villanova. I think they have everything you need, the ingredients. I'm a guard-heavy guy. They have 2 strong guards, a system. They've been there before. They had national championship 3 years ago. I love them.
So our pick's going to be Villanova. So if you're playing a bracket challenge, most of them online do ask for a final score. So hit me with a final score to Villanova and Arizona. This is my wife's favorite part of doing these bracket challenges. This is when the complaining starts, right about here.
So I'm going to go with Virginia 66.
Yes, there it is.
What do you guys have?
I think I like 77-70. Nova over Arizona.
Nova over Zona. 77-70.
I think that's when you see what's his name, Malik Bridges from Nova. He's they're calling him the
Oh yeah, the
Kawhi
Mikal.
Leonard.
Yeah, the Mikal Bridges.
Mikal, yeah, that's his name.
yeah.
they're calling him the Kawhi Leonard clone.
Yeah, you posted that on the page the other day.
Yeah, I think at that point he has his coming of age game.
Yeah.
And I think they win 84-72.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he's a shut down defender.
Yeah, and then Jalen Brunson as well on that team. And then DiVincenzo looks like a Archie Diacono type player. That's actually who I thought it was at first. And I was like, oh, that's not him. He's not on that Kevin Hogan plan, that 8-year plan. Yeah, this is going to be a good tournament. Irregardless of the Irish being out, this sucks for us. But it's going to be a good tournament. March Madness is always a lot of fun. Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap this thing up? We got Nova as our East of the Bend champion. Are you taking, Ricky, would you take Nova over Virginia, just for the record?
That'd be a great game, and I would take Nova over Virginia.
That was where.
Yes,
is that where you get off? Is that where you get off Virginia's bandwagon?
In the championship.
In the championship.
Yes.
All right. I like that. We'll be on the lookout for that. So, any other final thoughts, guys?
No.
That's perfect, Jerry. That is like the perfect answer right there. So I hope everybody enjoyed the show this week. It was a fun spin on March Madness Selection Sunday. I am very grateful for these guys coming in. Jerry missed this part, but this whole group is a culmination of everybody I've had on the show in the last year. So it's been a good time. We got a lot of good things coming up. Again, we're probably going to do a draft companion show, which is going to be a lot of fun. I got a high school football coaches series from Central Ohio. I'm trying to line up 6 coaches. I'm going to do one every 2 weeks, June, July, and August. So any coaches that want on the show, I've got 2 spots wrapped up. I'm looking for 4 more head coaches or assistants for high school, just something to get you through the summer. And then I'm going to have a local college soccer coach on right before the World Cup. We're going to do our World Cup show. That's right in Will's wheelhouse. That's the soccer player right there.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure Ricky knows everything about football.
Absolutely.
About the beautiful game, as they call it. So find this episode. We'll post it. It'll be back. The video will be back up on Facebook. It'll be on SoundCloud. Hopefully Google Play soon. Absolutely on iTunes. Check us out. Always shoot us some messages. 3 of these 4 guys are admins for the page. So text in with your questions. Give them shit. Talk about Ricky and his bad calls. And I really sincerely hope the first 16 over a 1's UMBC over Virginia. I really do. How great.
Oh my God, that'll be bad.
You won't even be able to show your face again.
Nope.
Hey, real quick, to whoever asked how far Ohio State was going to go, I'm looking on Bleacher Report right now, and one piece of advice they're saying is advance your team 1 round further than you think they'll go. So if you are hoping Ohio State makes it to the Elite Eight. Go ahead and just chalk them up and put them in the Final Four.
Wow.
Wow.
What if you have them as your champion? You're like,
I mean, it was back to back.
NBA.
Back
Oh, okay,
to back.
so back to back.
Yeah.
They've already won their first round game next year.
Now, note, I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying that's what Bleacher Report is saying to do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're a lot. They have me and you writing for them for the most part. So I don't know, man. Well, then where do I put Notre Dame then? Do I do an NIT show now? When's the NIT show start? the not invited tournament. Where the guys sitting on the outside like, oh, we're not on the list.
So
now you got to check that list again.
So the NIT went from being the 65th best team in the country to the 69th.
Yes.
That's
so Notre Dame is the 69th.
Actually, we're the 70th best team in the country. We were the second left out. Baylor's the 69th. That is pure karma right there. And I don't. Is there any other? Could that fit in? Baylor is the 69th best team in the country. That's a way to wrap the show up right there.
That's a way to get us pulled off.
That is, yeah. CBS was like,
Ayo.
CBS is like, yeah, I think we'll keep them on. No, shut it down. Shut that shit down right now. So I hope you all enjoyed the live show again. The East of the Pen podcast.
That too.
All those things. I'm high. Yeah, again, find us on SoundCloud. Get some likes in there. Let's get some more banter going on the Facebook page. Part of the Dos Leprechauns Network. Jason did send in it. So if you buy one of the Heritage certificates, it's $15 to the Neiman Pick Foundation, and then another $5 to him for the or to go to the fantasy camp. So that'd be pretty cool. The certificate's pretty awesome. Check that out through the Dos Leprechauns page, and then probably no NIT watch parties at Dempsey. So I'm not even gonna plug that. So. Good luck with your brackets. Hopefully we helped you out a little bit, and hopefully you liked seeing our ugly mugs. Go Irish. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Thank you.
Thank fucking God.
You know we're still Facebook Live, though.
Oh.
No, don't move on one of those.